You're the defending champion here in Liverpool. Just talk to me about this one, and would you say that this would be the biggest win of your career in terms of a name on your record? I know you've had so many massive nights in your career, but where would a win over Mikaela rank?
Yeah, I definitely think it would be the best name on my record, and she's probably top 3 fighters that I've fought. It's a huge night for not just myself, but for the city, for the young talent that we've got coming through in Steve Clark and little Mikey Talon as well. But also the coaches and Stephen Smith, who's someone I think Morson has supported as well when he was a professional. But yeah, it's huge. It doesn't get any bigger than this, and to headline in my own city is an honour and a privilege.
Because we've talked about this for the past couple of years now, but you have firmly set yourself as a massive headline attraction for boxer, specifically in the Northwest, Liverpool and Manchester. But do you still feel like you have that underdog mentality heading into a fight like this? Because obviously Mikaela's a massive name in America, you're a massive name in England. What do you make of that in terms of your mentality, or do you feel like you're firmly the favourite heading into this one?
I believe I'm the favourite. Yeah. I don't know what the bookies or other people think, but I believe I'm the favourite. I think that was the whole reason that I wanted Mayer, to be honest, because she does bring a lot to the table, and I think, you know, maybe in previous fights I haven't got kind of the credit that I deserved for beating some of the fighters, because, you know, they're not household names like she is. But, you know, for me, when I leave boxing, I want to be able to say I was one of the best in our era, and to do that, I've got to be following the likes of Chantal Cameron and Katie Taylor and beating people in that top 10 pound for pound list, and they've done that. So, you know, Mayer's in that top 10 pound for pound list, and I believe she's a fighter that I can beat, and I think that more than anything means the most and solidifies what for me as legacy, you know, when you're beating people of the era who was, you know, highly rated.
And obviously Alicia Baumgardner, she set the blueprint to beat Mayer. Obviously it was a really close fight. Some people had it going one way or another, but that's got to be a fight that you're looking at as well, to see chinks in the armour. And we obviously can't get too deep into what those chinks are from what you can see, but yeah, do you see those? Do you see weaknesses in her game that you're looking to exploit?
Yeah, 100%. I think her overall game, I rate everything that she does. She's well schooled, she's got a good boxing IQ, good engine, good footwork, can fight when she wants to. But I just think everything in every department that she does, that I do better. I'm one of them people who actually thought Mikaela won against Baumgardner. But I can see why the decision may have gone, you know, a few close rounds. Baumgardner landing the bigger shots, and, you know, they could hit Mikaela, and we've seen that. You know, she went from fighting to boxing again very quickly, and I just think in every department that she's got, whether she wants to stand there and fight or whether she wants to, you know, stand off and box, that I'm just better.
You're no stranger to getting your opponent out there in the distance, inside the distance, and you're no stranger to a toe-to-toe war either. So stylistically, how do you think you guys gel with each other, and do you see it going the distance, or do you see yourself capable of getting her out of there before the final bell rings?
I've prepared myself for the distance for 10 hard rounds, but if the opportunity comes to finish that early, of course I'm going to take it. I've worked on myself on getting a better start. You know, it's cost me possibly potential fights previously, so getting a good start for me is important. But I do think our styles will gel well, because if she wants to box, I can box, and if she wants to fight, I can fight. So yeah, I think that puts on for a great show between us.
I can feel the passion in your voice now. It's definitely changed now. It's fight week, because you're a very, very nice person, just like Anthony Crolla, one of our former ambassadors and still an ambassador was. But you see the sort of switch happen in fight week, and Mikaela's not a trash talker either, unless someone's bringing it to her. What was it like sitting face to face? I know we were speaking about that just off camera a minute ago, but are those sort of situations, are they where you can look your opponent directly in the eye and try and gauge them body language wise, or do you just find that whole thing like incredibly awkward, because that's not who you are as a person, is it?
No, it is. You know, we are a business, we're an entertainment business, and there's certain contractual obligations that we have to abide by, and they're just one of them. Media's just one of them. And you know, like I say, we are in intimities. We're trying to sell ourselves, and ourselves, we are the product. So it is a bit not what I'm used to. I prefer to just let my hands do the talking in the ring, and she's pretty much the same, which is why there is no trash talking. We don't need to talk up how good we are. Well, I am still current world champion. She has been a world champion. She knows she's good. I know I'm good. So we don't need to thrash it out. We just need to let our hands do the talking. And
you mentioned, you know, these are the sorts of legacy fights that are going to be pivotal in your lasting effect on the sport in boxing. And you mentioned that you want to test yourself against the top 10 current pound for pound. So you look at, we talk about that quite a lot, the Katie Taylor fight. Obviously Taylor Cameron 3 looks like it's going to happen. I'd love to see you fight the winner of that. I'd love to see you in there with Serrano. If the Shields fight could happen at some point, I'd still love to see that. Are those the fights where you think, right, maybe those 3 or 4, I need them before the end of my career, or are those just bonuses at this point?
Every fight's a bonus after Namas. But yeah, there's I just reeled off. There's still some huge names and some huge fights for me. And again, every single name that you just mentioned in the top 10 pound for pound list. And you know, I believe I am, you know, more than top 10, more than top 5. But I've got to go out and prove it. And I've got to keep them doors open for them other big fights, and the only way I can do that is by beating Mikaela Mayer on Saturday. So even though I know they could be there and they are opportunities and they are huge, I've got to do what's in front of me, which is Mayer. But yeah, you know, to be involved in a Katie conversation would be huge. Chantel Cameron's another huge fight. Clarissa probably thinks off the table now. But yeah, you know, there are the huge fights that I'd love to have before I finally do hang up the gloves. Because
that's like the last thing on your radar, on your bucket list really, is a headline stadium fight, and all those fights that I mentioned there, they're sellouts in a stadium. So yeah, surely that's the last thing that you want to accomplish now before you head off into the sunset.
Yeah, of course, we're all it's all about like legacy and doing fights that fulfill my purpose, not so much everybody else. But you've got to, like I keep saying, we are a business. You know, we are people. Fans need to buy into it, and it's hard to get fighters that and fights that, you know, satisfy the network, satisfy the promoter, satisfy the fans, and satisfy the fighters. But the fighters that you just named do that, and Mikaela does that, which is why I chose her.
And obviously you have a lot of time to think, you know, reflect and look forward in fight week when you're alone with your own thoughts and stuff. But you must think back to times when you've been on the undercard at the M&S Bank Arena, or we'll still call it the Echo. It will always be the Echo. But yeah, you was on the undercard, and now you're a glorified headliner, always going to be a headliner from this moment on. How does that feel? Because I've seen you in the crowd, in the stands there as well, watching your friends, watching Liam Smith, Callum Smith. For you to have those moments now yourself, when that seemed like it was quite far away at certain points of your career, what's that like?
Yeah, it's the realisation that it comes true is massive. It's I definitely have come a long way. Even, you know, being an amateur and being able to fight in the Echo was huge, and to be on the I was fighting Bergelt on Liam Smith undercard of chief support. That was huge. I thought they're the moments I thought this is as big as it gets, and then I get hit with today, with Saturday, where, you know, it's going to be me headlining in my own world title fight in the defence of my title in front of my home crowd, and it just doesn't. You know, these are the things that we're in this sport for, to create them memories and to create something that's lasting. And not only have I done that for myself, but I'm knocking the door down for girls that are coming after me.
You know, we mentioned those stadium fights before. You're probably in a position, you're very likely in a position now where you can put your foot down and say, actually, you know, with those potentially Katie Taylor fight, whether it's Taylor or Chantel Cameron, you could say, look, I want this to happen over here at Anfield. I want it to happen in a stadium in Liverpool. That would be the ideal situation, even though those Dublin crowds are incredible. But Liverpool crowds, the Scousers are absolutely nuts, and a stadium full of Scousers and potentially Irish or whoever you fight, whether it's an American fighter as well, that would be incredible, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think there's two things we've got great athletes in Liverpool from track and field, but football and boxing is probably our forte. And yeah, the masses that follow is huge, and I think there's a lot of Scouse families with a lot of Irish blood in them. So I think and Anfield sounds great. To go out on a Anfield or to have that in your locker as being one of the fights that you did in Anfield as a Liverpool supporter is huge. So yeah, hopefully we can get fights like that, and this year is the year that can be done. So yeah, but as I say, I've got to win on Saturday to make sure that all them doors and all them opportunities stay open.
Amazing. Well, I know the press conference is going to start soon, and you've got a very busy day of media ahead of fight night. So yeah, just soak it all in, enjoy it, and I'm really excited for Saturday night. Thanks so much for your time.
Cheers, thanks.